was a sight from my soul.
There we go. What's up? What's good? What is happening? Welcome to my YouTube channel, or rather my live stream. I am the actual King Smith, and this is my regular Tuesday vlog where I come on to talk about whatever the funk I want to talk about. To get the marketing stuff out the way, I am streaming across multiple platforms. You can find me on YouTube, Kick, LinkedIn, X, Twitch, and Facebook. And if there's a like button on the channel that you're watching on, do me a favor. Mash that like button. Help me out on the algorithms. That's the algorithm over here. It's Halloween. It is October the 31st. And I see we have some people in the building already. Shout out to The Real Precious. She said, "We in here," with some exclamation points. And she said, "Wow, that's a reach. We in here." All right. And she's going to be going live on her Patreon here in about 45 minutes. So I'm not going to be that long because I plan on going over there and checking out what she's got going on. I told her I got a couple of questions that I'm going to ask her. And she has no idea what they are. So I hope she's nervous. But shout out to you for tuning in while you get ready for your live stream as well. Today's topic: generation class. Entitled versus accountable, and are we doomed? Are we doomed? The beautiful part about social media is that you have people that choose to display and pretty much put their feelings and their thoughts out there for anybody to digest and consume. It's essentially what I'm doing. But what I'm hoping to offer is at least some insight, a change in mindset. I'm not going to offer a solution. There's no way I can offer a solution in less than 25 minutes. But hopefully, and I don't like the word hope, but it is my mission to try to get people to see that there's a good way of thinking and there's a tragic way of thinking. And in the video that I'm going to display, I am going to show or try to portray that what this person chose to share on their social media page definitely falls into the category of tragic way of thinking. Now, let me put up on the screen my opening monologue. That was it. All right. Because we're going to get right into the first couple of points here and then showcase the video to talk about my points. But before I do, I want to explain the difference between entitled versus accountable and being empowered, right? So, the difference between entitlement and empowerment. Entitlement is the belief that one deserves or has a right to certain privileges, benefits, or anything else, regardless of the effort that they put in or their contributions. Empowerment, on the other hand, is the ability or opportunity to make choices and take actions. Something that I always talk about on my live stream. Taking actions, doing something, putting your left foot in front of your right foot and walking your happy ass towards a destination. Taking actions that affects one life and or the lives of others. Empowerment is based on self-responsibility, self-efficacy, and self-determination. Some people may argue that these younger generations, right, Gen Z, the millennials, that they're entitled. And I think some of them are. I think that those that get it and understand the effort and work that they have to put in, they'll be able to go places. They aren't going to need their parents' money or generational money. They'll have the ability to make it on their own merit and be stronger for it, and also help keep their family and the following generation in line after them because they understand the word accountability and the word empowerment, and they know that they themselves have to take action to do something because not everything is going to be handed to them. All right. So that's where I'm going to come from in today's live stream. And I'm going to play a short video here. I want to say it's just under a minute and a half. And then we're going to come back and talk about a couple of different points that the younger generation just might not seem to understand. All right. So let's take a look.
I know I'm probably just being so dramatic and annoying, but this is my first job, like my first 9 to 5 job after college, and I'm in person, and I'm commuting in the city, and it takes me fucking forever to get there. There's no way I'm gonna be able to afford living in the city right now, so that's off the table. Like, fucking duh! If I was able to walk to work and it'd be fine.
All right. So let's pause right there. So she's saying that she works a 9 to 5 and that she has a commute that she also has to do, and that she can't afford where she's living. Okay. She didn't say how much she made. She didn't say what her rent or what her expenses are, but she's got a camera to her face saying the economic realities of what I am facing is just too much, right? But is this her saying that based on an entitled sense of what she thinks she deserves? Or can she do stuff and do it more for do more things to get to what she wants? All right. So let's continue.
But I'm not. So it literally takes me, like, I leave here, like, I get on the train at 7:30 and I don't get home till like 6:15 earliest, and then like I don't have time to do anything. I want to shower, eat my dinner, and go to sleep. I don't have time or energy to cook my dinner either. Like, I don't have energy to work out. Like, that's out the window. Like, I'm so upset. Oh.
All right. So pause right there. And I have to pause every so often because I'm not sure if this is going to get flagged for anything. Okay. So she's saying, I'm on the train at 7:30. I start my commute at 7:30 and I don't get back home until about 6-ish. I know a little bit about that lifestyle, y'all. For those of y'all that don't know, I was prior military. I was air crew. Air crew, you didn't work a normal 9 to 5. Your life revolved around the 24 hours in a day that the mission needed to get done. So planning anything, good luck with that. It was needs of the Air Force. Where we going? What country are we about to fly into? Oh, I've got a birthday party scheduled next week. Well, guess what? You're going on a temporary deployment to location X for about 3 months. Okay. Also, after my military time, I worked in a job in DC. And for those of y'all that don't know about the DMV area, that's DC, Maryland, Virginia, sometimes your commute is going to average anywhere from about an hour to an hour and 45 minutes, depending on where you live. But we're going to talk more about that a little bit later on. Let's keep playing the video.
God, nothing to do with my job at all, but just like the 9 to 5 schedule in general is crazy. Being in the office 9 to 5, like if it was remote, you get off at 5 and you're home and everything's fine. But like I'm not home. It takes me long to get home, and like people that drive to the office, like you don't get off at 5. And I know it could be worse. I know I could be working longer, but like I literally get off, it's pitch black. Like I don't have energy. How do you have friends? Like how do you have time to like meet like a guy? I don't know. Like how do you have time for like dating? Like I don't have time for anything, and I'm like so stressed out, and I'm also getting my period, so that's why I'm all emotional. But like, am I so dramatic? It's fine.
Yes, yes, you are dramatic. The whole period thing, I've never liked that. I've always found that to be an excuse, but I'm not a lady, okay? I'm not a lady. So let's talk about a couple of things that she highlighted, and let's see if the younger generation has a point. All right. So, point number one are the economic realities of things. Now, I was rocking with her for a bit. Gas, where I live in a way, is a little bit under $3.25 a gallon for 87. In California, it's sitting somewhere around 5.50 the last that I saw. Certain locations, You go in and buy a carton of eggs, and you're talking about $4 for a carton of eggs or $6 for a carton of eggs. When I remember a carton of eggs used to be around 250. A pound of grapes, you might as well donate a pound of blood so you can afford to buy a pound of grapes. I get it. The average price for a home, the last time that I looked, depending on the square footage, I'm just gonna go average price around the US. I'm gonna say it was around 350 the last time that I looked. About 4 years ago, it was like 225. If you're coming into a situation where that young lady might have been in her mid to young 20s, she's likely not making no more than 1,000 a year, likely not making no more than that. I'd actually be surprised if she was making 45,000. I'm gonna say maybe 40,000 a year. When you factor in having to pay for rent or a mortgage, transportation, and whatever normal bills you have to pay, she's right. Trying to do it by yourself, not gonna happen. Okay. I could make the joke and commend her and say at least she's not on OnlyFans selling feet pictures to earn an additional income. All right. So at least she has that going for her. But hey, if times get rough, she just might. Do we blame her for that? Do we blame her for that? I can hear the older generation above me say, well, why don't she find herself a man? Are we now in an economy where you have to have somebody in your corner or along with you just so that you can survive in the US? Other countries with different economies, doesn't sound like this is the case. Depending on what your skill set is, what you can do, the things that you can build, the actions that you can take to change your economical situation. I was at a bad spot a while ago. A couple of years ago. I absolutely am thankful and needed some help just to be able to afford to keep a roof over my head. Okay. If I were to have been asked to pay whatever the market prices were a couple of days ago, I can do it. Not with the debt that I had without filing for bankruptcy, not with the the income that I had at the time was is good for the area, yet I had mismanaged my income. So she's coming on to TikTok, crying into the camera and saying that she can't afford to live and pay rent and things like that, and that a normal 9 to 5 with a commute isn't cutting it. She's sort of not wrong, but also, in my opinion, I believe she might just be a little bit entitled. And I can say that as a person who did have a commute for 3 years, where my average commute time was about an hour and 30 to an hour and 45 minutes on average to get to work. It can ruin a family. I'll just say that. Let me come into the comment section before I get into the next point here. We got the real precious earlier. She put the slapping my face emoji, just listening to what that lady talked about and how she ended her video. Absolutely. I saw that video and the first thing I did was just SMH, shake my head. Okay. When I was going through my economic hardship, I'm going to tell you exactly what I was doing. I was doing any and every legal thing that I could to earn an extra dollar to dig myself out. So while I was also working a 40-hour work week, I would come off of my regular job. And when I had the time to, I was eating trash and then doing Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, whatever I could to bring in that extra income to dig myself out of my economic setback. I'm just going to say it like that. And I don't see relief coming anywhere in the future. So consider this a warning right now. If you don't get your money up, if you're not fiscally responsible for the things that you need to take care of, and you don't have a partner that you can do this with, you better figure it out. Increase your income, reduce your liabilities, and learn skills or do something that you can benefit and give to somebody or sell to somebody so that you can make money and do it all over again. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now, if you can't figure this out, you're doomed. People that are accountable understand this. Point number 2 is the social media and technology impact that we currently have. People think that just because they see other people coming online, doing live streams, you got Pokimane and all these people who are getting paid tons of money. I'm talking a ridiculous amount of money to play video games or to sit in a bathtub in a bikini and earn in excess of 6 figures annually, and all they're doing is sitting there in a bikini and talking and looking good, you can feel as though you have the ability to not do as much work and still make a living for yourself that should allow you to travel the way that you see people on Instagram, posting their photos of their trips on Facebook, doing videos and vlogs of themselves in Dubai. And you think that, man, they're doing it. Why can't I? Why can't I sit there in London drinking tea, having my pinky up like this, and enjoy myself on a vacation the same way that I see this social media influencer doing XYZ? I think that technology and social media has a net negative impact on people whose mindset isn't all the way there. It could be a net positive if you know how to take the technology and take social media and make it useful for you. All right. I see we have something in the comment here. We got Hink in the basement said, "What's good, King? Hey, brother, I appreciate you popping in, man. Hey, go check out Hink the Basement YouTube channel. He did a Q&A session with his son that I thought was fantastic. As a father myself, I appreciated that. And Hink put some good content over there on his YouTube channel. All right. Go over there and hit the subscribe button for his page. God Happened to Me said, dropping whole truths in the dark. Hey, it's Halloween. I wanted to try to get a little spooky theme going on, and I figured that I could make this work for me. All right. Now, was I done with point number 2? No, I was not. I got more things to talk about. Okay. Technology and social media have changed the way that people communicate, learn, work, and consume things. I'm going to raise my hand. Y'all know how I said that I had 3 years where I was roughly having an hour and 45-minute commute? Well, I am in a field in my normal 9 to 5. You can see it on LinkedIn. I'm streaming on LinkedIn right now. My social media is open. I'm trying to meet the entire planet so you can see what it is that I do. I have a remote position. So when I'm done with work, I don't have to worry about getting in my car, driving an hour and a half, listening to podcasts while I'm dealing with traffic, or using public transportation, getting on a train, getting off a train and walking half a mile, and then doing bump and go traffic for 20 miles, which is 45 to 50 minutes to go 20 damn miles. I don't have to do that anymore. I work to put myself in a position to where I can work remote, and it works for me right now. And I'm thankful for that. But it wasn't easy. You can't just see step 20 and see what I'm doing and assume that you deserve to get a remote position because, oh, King's doing a remote position. King also served his country. King also attended and got a bachelor's in business, a master's in business, and a couple of certifications to help get this remote job. And I'm lucky enough that my employer offers it, and I'm in a position and a job that is eligible to do it. And it's a privilege. I understand that. I understand that. If they were to come out and say we need to get people back into the offices, I'm pretty sure that there's going to be union reps that could fight for me to say, hold up now. Hold up. Okay. I wouldn't want to go in. Don't get me wrong. But I have a remote position currently, but it took me a while to get here. So that's a net positive for me. That's why I'm bringing this up. It's a net positive for me because when you understand the impact of how technology can both help and hurt you, if you leverage it to use it for you, you can earn your way into a life that you want. All right. Some people can contend that the technology and social media have made the younger generations more narcissistic. You see people on the lives flicking their hair. It's made them impatient. It's made them distracted. There's so many different new trends and stuff that's popping up. You got to know the latest dance to feel like you're relevant. And it can, one can argue that it can make the younger generation feel isolated. When's the last time that you went to uh, a high school football game? I did recently. When you take a look, you had, this younger generation of people on their phones. When I was looking at my generation or the older generation, they would get on their phones sparingly. I'll admit I was on mine, but I was taking care of business. They're probably on the younger generation is probably on there scrolling TikTok, seeing what the latest dance craze is. Hey, have you seen this? Young people, you can leverage technology to be more creative, collaborative, informed, and connected. You just have to make the choice to be that way. All right. Last point. Last point here. The political and social climate can also make it to where this current generation just simply uh, 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 they they're sitting in a situation in which they feel as though they have to uh be given things because it's what they've seen. Some could argue that the boomers worked stupid hard, and worked their hands to where they were drying down to the bone, right? So that the generation after them could have a little bit better. And then the generation after them went to college because that's what people were told to do, go rack up tons of debt, go to college, earn these degrees to come out and make $50,000 annually for 10 years and have to spend 30 years of your life paying these college loans back. Does that make sense? The smarter people are understanding where the climate is going, where the money can be made, getting certifications that might cost them a little bit of a small grip up front, right? Let's say you go get some type of IT certification where it takes you about 5 grand, but you're walking into a job that starting salary is about 75,000 for an entry level. And you're taking a look at what AI is doing, how AI is in the discussion everywhere. People are afraid of AI taking their jobs, even at places like McDonald's and Burger King. They're afraid of AI taking their jobs as an accountant. But are they learning artificial intelligence? Are they learning technology? Are they understanding what their congressmen and women are doing in their states or at the federal level and what they're pushing to make into law and staying on the right side of that? I'm going to tell y'all I am. I'm going to tell you I am. This younger generation only want to cry and stand in front of places with picket fences when it severely impacts them. And even then, not all of them are banding together, or a majority of them that need to. I think we're doomed. I think we're doomed. And there's only going to be a small subset of people that understand this in their youth and stay 5 steps ahead of the people that are gonna be left behind. The people that are going to feel depressed because they're not getting what it is that they want, because they don't wanna put in the hard work to get the job done and earn the things that they have. They want it to be freaking handed to them, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Don't expect me to hand anything to you. Were you with me shooting in the gym? Were you with me when I was getting off of my normal 9 to 5 in my car, hustling to make a little bit of extra bread to pay my bills? Were you with me the time that I made a choice because of Uber and where Uber took me? It took me 3 hours away from my home at like midnight to drop somebody off. And I did not feel as though I was awake enough to make the 3-hour drive back home. I made a grip of money that night. But I had to make a decision. Do I want to take part of my profit that I made tonight to get me a room anywhere? I didn't care if it was a Roach Motel. Or should I just cozy up, find a safe spot, sleep in my car, wake up, go to McDonald's, get gas, drive back home, shower real quick, turn back around, get in my car because it's the weekend and I could drive for 10 hours a day and make about $300-$400. Were you with me doing that to then be able to form your mouth to ask me for 20 bucks or $30? Do you know what I had to do to earn that $20? And to the people that just heard that and are gonna crack jokes, y'all know what I'm talking about. I have some of my homeboys. I'm glad CJ wasn't on right now because he would have been like, "Oh, I can tell you were probably down in Atlanta finding something to suck on for $20." Don't nobody clip that. Please don't clip that. Trying to offer a little humor into my live streams. All right. If y'all have any solutions, put it in the comment section. I don't have any solutions. My solution is simple. Do the damn work. Put your left foot in front of your right foot and take actions. Plain and simple. Change your mindset. You can change your life. That is my live stream for today. If you hadn't hit that like button, hit that like button. Help me out on the algorithm. That's the algorithm. Have a safe Halloween. Don't do anything stupid tonight. If you see somebody doing something stupid, stay away from them. Hope y'all enjoy the rest of your day. I'll be back next Tuesday. I'm out. Peace.